Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live chat. I'm sorry we're going live a little bit early compared to the scheduled time, but yeah, it's kind of important to get this going. So, with me, I've got Sly Sparkane, and I think I've actually got this location that Anthony Liley likes to alter to fit his narrative. I think I got it nailed down pretty close, and we're going to find out. So, hi, Sly.
Hey, what's going on? One each disposable here, standing, present, accounted for. Can I throw something in before we start all this off?
Absolutely.
Well, apparently, Bonehead Riley, he started off another video. I just got home, so I just saw like the first minute or two of it, and he's calling me dishonest because of the fact that he says I didn't take his challenge, okay, which was the challenge is that it's an extension of the challenge that I gave out, which was quite simply show me proof of flat Earth, not show me denial of curvature, but show me proof of flat Earth. And so as a result, he came out with a bridge and a contrail, and all I said to him was the contrails that he showed in his video were not consistent with the railing on the side of the bridge that he was using, because of the angle. Obviously, anything going directly over your head is not, you're not going to be able to tell if it's going up or down or curving or whatever.
It's the same issue with looking at tilting buildings because they're tilting directly away from you. You're not going to be able to tell.
Yeah, pretty much along the same lines. And now, what he opens his video up with that I refused to, Sly refused to accept my challenge. Okay, which honestly, he hasn't really accepted the first challenge anyway. But just as a joke this morning, I mean, the weather cleared up here in central Germany, and I'm pretty happy about that. It's nice and sunny outside. And well, I hate to break it to you, buddy. Now I have a panoramic version, and then I have several individual versions. I live not too far away from Frankfurt International Airport, and living not too far away from there, you get this. Well, a lot of a better pilot will probably tell you better than I, but they orient themselves with markers at different locations of larger airports, and so I get a lot of air traffic, high and low altitude, and let's see here, and so as a result, I get a lot of contrails, especially this time of year, and some of them are pretty damn long. And so hold on a second here. Where's the hangout? There's the hangout. I am going to screen share this. This is the panoramic version that I took this morning. And I blacked out the buildings below because the United States Army is not a particular fan of publishing photos of their posts. So but I left all the roofs in, so you can see that, I didn't bend it or anything crazy like that. So let's share this. I am sharing. And okay, presenting to everybody. Now, do we see this?
Why, looky there.
Now, I took this one. I just got done doing this when you were writing me. I just dodged and burned it, which is a way to increase the contrast. And because I didn't want to draw a dotted line over it. And this right here is one continuous contrail low on the horizon. I would probably put this at honestly about 10 degrees. And now if I had access to a higher vantage point, this would have been a much better shot. But this is the unedited one, with the exception of, like I said, this is the blacked out buildings. Like I said, OPSEC, that's all that is. But it started over here. Now, as you can see, I didn't bend this or anything like that because this is straight, this is straight, this is straight. But as they go lower, they bend. And this is one really nice long, I would say from northeast to heading southwest contrail.
Oh,
now what do we see there?
That would be a curved contrail.
That would be a low on the horizon curved contrail. Whereas any other contrail that's, the higher up it goes, is going to appear more straight to the observer because of the fact that it's damn near above them. Okay. Now, between me and this building, there is a road and 2 parking lots, so it's a pretty good distance. That's how you can gather that this is pretty low. Okay, I'm a decent distance away from this building, probably about I would say a good 200 meters, maybe a little further. And here's that nice curved thing. Okay, so
yep.
End of that discussion. You idiot. Go back to your flat runways.
Oh yeah, we're going to address that at some point too. That's actually to be featured in my next video. It's actually got a theme song thanks to an actual professional band.
Oh really?
Oh yes, it's got a theme song and ending song.
Oh, cool. All
Used
right,
with permission.
Okay, now let me stop screen sharing just for bandwidth reasons. Okay, so now all right, so now we're looking for, well, you know what, actually, why don't we just do this off of mine, because I probably got better bandwidth than you.
Probably. Well, what's your bandwidth?
I got 120.
Oh no, I got far better.
Oh, okay, you win.
Far better.
Okay, but you already found this place, so I gotta look. All right. So let's see. Tell you what,
okay.
Let me go back into sharing here. Okay. So I am in Google Earth, and that is Needles Lighthouse.
Oh, that looks like crap, dude.
No, that's just Google. What do you call it?
Google Maps.
Oh, that's Google Maps. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually using Google Earth because we actually need.
I have Google Earth open too. Here, hold on, and I was zoomed in on it. Damn it.
Let me stop sharing.
Needles Lighthouse. Needles Lighthouse in the UK. So, all right. So here's the Needles Lighthouse in the UK. Oh wow, they even got the rocks in 3D. Cool.
Ignore the 3D images. That's just for reference.
Yeah, because it's actually here.
Right.
Okay, so now seeing that the thing has it from left to right, as in the cliffs are on the left, so we got to turn around. Now I see way off on the horizon there. Okay, hold on, let me put a marker down here, just so we get everything all nice there. That's actually where the lighthouse is. Okay, bam. So now I see way over on the horizon here, I see a couple of buildings. Now when it was zoomed, just before he got out, way out here, there's also another one building right here. And then I see, let's see, a dip in the hill, and the hill stops dipping. Okay, so first let's find out where this building is. There's a long building, and then there's a single building. All right, hold on. Where is that looking at? That's probably that area. Oh, wait. No, he's off center. He's off center because that's stretching out way too far. Because these are a lot closer in here, so that means he's rotated one of the 2 directions. Okay, so he's not looking at it dead on from the side. It's more like, oh, wait a minute. Does he have this inverted?
No. At least as far as we know, it's not.
Are you sure about that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then he's got a real wicked angle on it. Okay. Let's see here. Now this would, no, not that far. See now, yeah, something's not jiving here. Hold on a second here. Now this could be the end of that sway at the end. Hold on a second. This could be this sway down and then it rolls. So, and does he zoom out further? Ah.
Yep. He zooms out at the very end.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I said, wow.
He's
Okay,
using,
hold on.
I'll just say this: he's using a P900, so he's got really, really good zoom.
Well, really good zoom doesn't stop him from being an idiot. All right, let's see here. This looks more like from this direction, maybe. Because, okay, but where's the bump? Well, the 3D is not helping me very much. But I see grass coming down, and then there's a large cut here. So that's, yeah, oh no, that doesn't work anyway, because otherwise I would see that. So, let me see how far out he zooms. Oh, geez, he goes way out.
Uh-huh.
Damn, I was wasting my time on that. That's that harbor area right there. That's exactly what I was looking at a second ago. Okay, so I would say maybe about that angle. Okay, so I'm going to lay a line here just because I want to remember my orientation. So what's over here? Let's see. Oh, there's some buildings. Oh, I'm not even going to see the coastline because of the distance. So that means the buildings are all up top here, up a little bit higher. What's that? Some kind of farmhouse surrounded by trees. We probably wouldn't see it. All right. Now, I got a general idea of what way we're looking here. It's possible that he's standing here.
Let me see what you got going on over here.
I want to see something here. I'm going to get a little funky here. See, there's something else that I've noticed when I try and look at the. No, that can't be it, because no, because then he would be seeing Upper Normandy. Okay, so that's a little bit more to a different direction. Clear. Maybe. Where's that hilltop? Where's that hilltop? There's a hilltop that he is looking at with a dip to it. There's a hilltop with a dip in it. Hold on. Damn you, don't go any lower. All right. So the hilltop with a dip in it. Is he elevated?
His elevation that he claims the camera height is 15 feet.
I doubt that.
I don't.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to figure out exactly how he got. Now, like I said, I'm not even 100% sure I'm looking in the right spot yet, but I'm trying to figure out how he got this over this. Okay, hold on. Because that kind of doesn't jive. That might be the dip I'm looking for right there. Okay, so I'm going to, where's that? That's kind of a nudge right there. Let me, yes, this is what I actually do when somebody says that they took a photo from somewhere. I will sit here for an hour or two trying to figure out exactly what was shown. This is what I did with that, what was that, BMS 20, that dude, his shots.
Now, while you're on that topic, keep in mind that it took me 2 days of just tinkering around to nail down where I think he was at. And I didn't go through all this.
Well, I'm a visual person.
Right.
And
I see that dip you're looking for, though.
Yeah, and I see, damn it, that damn spot there has got some clouds on top of it, and I'm trying to nail down if this is the dip or if this is the dip. But I'm going to say because of the sharpness,
the one on the right. Yeah,
this is the dip, just because of sharpness. of the cliff hanging up to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a marker up here. No, not there. There. And then I'm going to make it huge so it stays visible. I'll even change it to dumbass. Alright, so like that. See, the part that's bothering me now, it might be just Google Earth messing with me, but the part that's bothering me
is that he can see the mountain from that distance.
Is I can see that mountain, and what do you call it? Which even on a flat plane would probably not even work. So,
well,
I got that.
When we know that his location, we can actually figure out the distance and see how it, and actually use a curvature calculator with the refraction index.
Okay, now that hill was just a smidgen off. So that's going to put him like right about here. Save. Okay, let me go down and look at that. That would also make sense. See, here's another thing.
Hold on. I'm going to share my screen because this is what I came up with.
Okay.
Because you are really close to what I came up with.
I'm thinking he might even be out on this pier.
Well, he says he wasn't on the pier. He flat out says that. So I'm going to present to me.
If I watch the zoom out.
This is what I came up with. Well, the line's a little off. It's actually where the marker's at.
Okay, hold on. Let me find out where the hell the screen went. Oh, no, that's okay. Let me stop screen sharing. I'm sorry. I can see yours.
I put my line off of center, but it's actually where that marker's at is where I put him at.
That's where you put him at?
Yep.
Up in that parking lot.
Well, there's a little tiny place to stand right here. And there's a nice little handrail right there.
Because I was just looking at the handrail.
There's a handrail right there.
Yeah, but it's a bit low and polished. You know what I'm saying? It's low and polished, whereas this one is kind of grimy, and I would have to bet that he's a little bit higher than that. And plus,
well, you got this handrail over here too that's angled.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. The other thing that you have on your location, turn your location back towards the lighthouse. Okay. The other thing that you have is beach. You got people, you got, crap everywhere and all this. And I don't see that in his, I'm just skipping through the video, but I see direct up at water below the thing. So I'm saying he's probably on the pier.
Well, see, that's the thing, people have accused him of being on the pier, and he's flat out said that he was next to the pier. And anything from here to here, I would consider being next to the pier.
Well, no, I totally agree with you. It's just that I'm going on what I see on that spot in the video.
Yeah,
which is
I am even one of the people that said that I think he was on the pier.
Yeah, because there's nowhere, and I'm going to say this flat out honestly, there is nowhere on that boardwalk area that he could get this shot. Nowhere. The reason why is because of the water. Okay, the water comes up to is visibly at this angle visible downwards. He's zoomed all the way out.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Unless he didn't zoom all of the way out.
Nah. Even then, look at the size of that beach, man.
I did bring up the point in the hangout with Anthony that I did not see any breaking waves near the shore.
That's also another thing. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? There's do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Did anybody notice the boat parking buoys?
No, I didn't actually.
Those boat parking buoys are not near the shore, and they never will be. Hold on, because you don't park boats that close to a public beach.
No.
So the thing is,
actually, Anthony brought that up. Somebody else brought that up in one of the comments. Anthony said that those were just swimming buoys.
They are not swimming buoys. Okay. because these guys here, the swimming buoys, especially for like divers, have a flag on them. Specifically, they have a flag on them to let you know that's the whole symbol of diver down, okay, so that boats don't run them over. And let's see. Oh, hey, a paraglider. Let's see. I wish I could actually see those buoys. Oh wait, does Street View bring me all the way down onto that thing? Oh yes, it does.
On the pier?
Brings me down. Well, it brings me down to the boardwalk. I would be willing to bet that I could zoom in out there.
Let me try that.
Well,
zoom.
I saw something out there, but it looked more like a jet ski.
I am seeing buoys. Let me share my screen.
Okay, hold on.
I am actually seeing buoys out there zoomed in. Google Earth. Share.
Hey, check it out. I'm out actually with Street View out on the pier.
Let's see your angle real quick.
I'm heading out there right now. And you see how this is this bar is kind of cruddy?
Yep.
As with most fishing piers, because people do some ungodly things to those bars. See how this bar is cruddy?
Mm-hmm.
And then see how this bar is cruddy?
Yes, I do.
It's not polished like yours. And the whole bar is cruddy. It looks like crap all the way around. Because people come out and see that. Nice and rusty. And that's because of the fact that, you know, A, it gets beat up by waves and salt water and all that other neato stuff anyway. But B, and look, I see buoys out here.
Zoom in.
It's not letting me zoom in any further.
Really? Let me see if I can get out there. Exit Street View.
Well, how do I zoom in on Google Earth and Street View? I know I do it.
There's a little slider bar out there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm out at the pier now.
I'm seeing buoys. Buoy.
Zoom
buoy.
in.
Buoy.
Yeah, dude, those buoys are way out there.
I mean, they're not that far out.
Well,
these suckers here are pretty close. And that's where people park their boats. And there's 3 of them. I got one here, I got one here, I got one here. And in the video, there's 3 of them. One here, here, and here. I can almost point out to you where he was standing.
Is your line still in view? I'm not on your screen, I'm sorry.
I got the line going right over my head. I was actually off by maybe about three, maybe 4 meters.
Redo your line on the overhead view and put it from the end of that pier all the way to your dip in the mountain.
Okay.
See if it crosses the lighthouse.
Oh, pretty well. Actually, it should be just a touch to the right of the lighthouse, because that's what it is in the video. Exit Street View. Because all those rails that you were showing down there, they're all polished, man.
Yeah.
Properties. Let me go and move that over there. Oops. Wow, I went a little too far.
And I'll leave mine zoomed in on the buoys just to make sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it like right out here towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll go like that. Now, zooming out. Did he really say he wasn't on the pier?
Yes, he did.
Now, is this Anthony or is this Ross Adams?
Ross Adams says he was not on the pier.
Look, just as I said, just a bit right of the pier, or just a bit right of the lighthouse. Oh, I'm sorry. This other line is the one I was working with before. Properties. Sorry. That's this one. Delete. Yes, I want to delete that. Bam. That was the one that I used as alignment before.
Right.
Now, if you look at, that means that the dip, the bend in the mountain in the background is just a touch to the right of the lighthouse, which if we zoom in on the lighthouse, oops, let me go back to the partially zoomed out part. There's the dip, just to the right of the lighthouse.
No shit.
He's on the pier.
Well, there we go.
There is no other way to look at that. And then that also matches up with, okay, it doesn't match up very well with the 3D model that they have on here. You see that rocks are kind of offset and shit.
Yeah.
But if you look at it right here, he's like, it'd be right there, a very small visible gap from that angle between this rock face here and the lighthouse. That would be this small gap right here.
Man, Anthony's gonna hate seeing this video.
He's on the pier. now, a second ago, I think I talked over you. Did you say that Anthony said that he wasn't on the pier? Did he shoot this?
No, Ross Adams, the one that actually shot the video, and myself and several others said that he was on the pier. Wow. And Ross Adams came back and says no, he was next to the pier, and that's when Anthony said, "Oh, he must have been 2 feet over the water line for his camera, and that was started this whole thing."
No.
Yeah.
So let's get the distance to the lighthouse from that pier corner.
Should
and
be.
And it even showed it at that pier corner. So I got
about 11.7.
I got 11.68 miles.
Now the original video owner says that it was 12 miles. But if you take that line to the beach at 12 miles, it's like right between 2 piers. Anthony took his measurement to the far pier, which would make it 13 miles, and then he lowered the height to 2 feet.
Well, not knowing anything about this area and other piers and all this other stuff, he's on this pier.
Yeah,
because you even saw the rusty ass thing. Because let me back that up for a second, because just because of the fact that you were under also a different impression for a second there.
Yeah, I've got it in view right now on my screen.
Okay, look at the railing, as zoomed in as you can get to it.
That's as far as I can get.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm watching mine, not yours. No, not that railing. Not that railing. Here, let it back over to mine.
Oh, you're talking about the railing that I picked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Well, I'm just saying, because if they're saying that they were on the beach and not on the piers, look how pretty and shiny those stainless steel rails are. Pretty and shiny. And they would be that way the whole way down. Now, if he were to say that he is maybe up on this edge, okay, because that's got some crappy railings as well, that would be a possibility. Maybe it was just too cheap and didn't want to pay to go out on the pier.
Then we still run into the problem that we don't have any breaking waves at the shoreline.
That is 100% true, because if you look at the video, the absence of breaking waves is one thing, but also if he's taking this picture from, let's say, right up on the rail, if you look down here at the edge of the corner here, you would see sand by now. You wouldn't see rolling waves. You would see sand by now, and also the breaking waves. Let's just say it was a calm day, but you would see sand down here, because from here looking down you would see sand. That's just how that is. Even with a mild thing, you would at least see the back foam from smaller breaking waves.
Yep.
He's on the beach. He's on the pier.
Does Google Earth actually show the altitude of that pier? I'm not sure.
I think it does. It does kind of a little jitter there. Hold on.
Well, it's saying, which this is total crap. It's saying it's 8 feet.
I got 13 feet.
So it's not judging the pier based on its actual height. It's basing it on something else.
Yeah, it might even. Well, I don't know really, to tell you the truth. But
does that pier got a name?
Yeah. I just saw it. We were just down here at Street View. It's got a big bold name out front. But the problem is that when it comes down to judging how many feet above the water it is, you don't know what tide it was.
It's definitely not high tide because you can see the high tide marks on the beach.
There we go. There's the name of it. Boscombe Pier.
Yeah, let's do a search on that.
BOSCOMBE Pier. COMBE Pier.
Okie dokie.
Actually, it doesn't even look like it costs anything, but it might. I mean, I don't see a turnstile or anything to let them through.
This is an old pier, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure it probably is.
Oh, that's looking at Boscombe Manor. Sorry. Oops.
What does it say? Refried turds. What?
I'm hoping it will give a actual height of the pier on just mid tide.
That like I said, that part might be difficult because we don't know how. I mean, because if you look at how wide the beach is, tide's going to be pretty effective there.
It is a 720-foot long pier.
Hey. Hey, that means you're 720 feet.
It began as a 600-foot, but that opened up in 1889.
Holy shit.
But in 1958 to 1960, they extended it to its now 720-foot length.
Oh.
Come on. It's giving all kinds of details, but it's not giving its height. Well, we know the pier is level with the ground at the beach.
Yeah.
So what's the altitude of Google Earth from that?
Oh yeah, shit. That's a winner. Altitude is 19 to 20 feet.
Well, there we go. I assumed 30, but apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Now I'm judging at the flat area out front of it, which would be level with the pier.
Right.
So I got an overwhelming 20 feet.
So there we go. He was not at 12, or he was not at 2 feet. He was not at 15 feet. He was at least 20 plus the height of the railing, which is actually got a UK standard of basically 0.9 meters.
Yep. Well.
And he was above that with the camera, so he's looking at least 24 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's fun.
Let's break out the calculator that will actually account for curvature and refraction.
Oh, the Metabunk one?
Yes.
It's kind of funny on the time that they did the street view for the shoreline, or excuse me, the entryway. It was kind of a bad day out, you know, because it's kind of funny how different weather situations from picture to picture. And there's a couple of boats anchored out there on those buoys. I got to step away from the mic for 1 second, man.
All right. And I will stop sharing yours for a second, and I'll present mine. I might hope I was actually presenting the right window. Okay, Anthony, just for you, we have a hidden height of the tower, or of the lighthouse, from this location of 21.52 feet. If you account for refraction, only 15.46 feet is hidden. congratulations, your video is shit. So what do you guys think? Are we in the right ballpark here or no? Now, keep in mind, Anthony decided to make up his own measurements. He said he was 13 miles away from 2 feet above the waterline with nothing to go on but his own word. He's not checked anything. Sly went into this pretty much blind, and he came up to close to the same location I had picked out, but he refined it even better. Anthony's busy making videos trying to say that we're wrong. You know, instead of getting that data that he promised to get. Big shock. Hi, Gio, you missed it. We just nailed down the location of that lighthouse video. We know where the guy was at when he made the video. And keep in mind, Ross Adams is a flat earther, and he lied about his location. Oh, trust me, you're gonna want to watch this again, Gio, because Sly went into this without ever watching the lighthouse video, and he determined the location within a couple hundred feet of where I thought the guy was. And he was basing it entirely on what evidence he saw in the video.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I was just keeping the chat up to date.
Oh, okay.
Talking about how Anthony's gonna be so butthurt over this.
Oh,
let me cry crocodile tears.
Let's get a round of pity out. Oh.
But again, I came up with a physically hidden height of 21.52 feet, but with refraction accounted for, it's only 15.46 feet that's hidden of the lighthouse and its little island.
And I would guess that Needles Lighthouse is a relatively tall device.
The top of it is 109 feet.
Oh, damn. I don't even need to look that up. Jeez. Really? So yeah. Let's see. Oh, hey, here's a nice, big, pretty picture of it. Look at that. View image. Look at that.
Let me stop sharing for that.
Okay, hold on. I gotta reshare. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Share. So that's a big, pretty lighthouse right there. Now, excellent use of a Fresnel lens, by the way.
Oh my God. Oh, poor Skiba.
You caught that, did you?
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes up when you look up Fresnel lenses, lighthouses.
So yeah. Well, that's because they're designed with them.
Yeah. But yeah, I would give that 15 feet. I would give maybe up to the top of that sign.
Yep. And guess what? You can't see on that lighthouse. You can see the bottom part. You can see the bottom white, but you can't.
Go back over the video. Boom, boom. We go back to the zoomed in part. I don't see. Oh, geez, and it's even got stripes. Talking about measurement. Okay, so we got the red cap, and then we got white stripe, red stripe, most of white stripe. So
now, go back to that zoom in version.
Okay.
Maximize it, and then find the highest zoom to where you can see the cliffs on the side.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't all the way down. That's all the way back here.
Now, what's one thing you're not seeing there?
Yeah, that walkway.
No. What's one thing that you're not seeing on the horizon?
not seeing on the horizon.
That Anthony's all up in a tizzy about.
Well, I missed the conversation, so
The whole convergence layer.
Oh yeah. Well,
where is that at, Anthony? There is no distortion at all of those cliffs. At all.
Yep, there's just a little bit down here at the bottom, just a little bit.
There's no mirroring. Well, no, that's why I said go into the highest zoom, because there is zero distortion.
There's none. Yeah, I thought these were stripes, but now I'm looking at it. No, those are the features of the damn cliff.
Yeah, there is zero distortion on the horizon. None. Thank you for disproving yourself, Anthony.
Okay, now hold on a second. It's time for Sly to have a little bit of fun here. Hold on a second. I got my thing open here, so I'm going to see. This is what happens when you learn graphic arts while everybody else is trying to fix cars.
You take care of that. Let's see. Blowing up my Skype.
Let's see. Print screen over here. Oops. Yeah, come on. I'm gonna wait for my hard drive to start back up. There we go. Come on. New from clipboard. Okay, so I got that.
Blow up my thing showing me.
Oh damn! I probably could have done it like this. Watch this. Print screen. Now, instead of using that image, as pretty as it is, I would rather use one of a straight up version. Where was my search? Was that over here? Okay. Yes. Okay. I want a straight up version. Well, I guess that's probably about it. It is a big damn lighthouse. Let me get a nice big pretty one here. Yeah. I'll use that one. No, because that's got the different head on it. Oops. Damn it. Oh, there's a good one. That's a really good one. Wish it was bigger, but oh well. Let's see. View image. This. Dump. Because this is, I found a picture that's almost directly from that same line of sight. Okay, so let me kill this, and then I will put this over here. I'm trying to get it all into the same picture. Where is it? Did I just kill that? Oh, damn, Sly. Come on. Quit being a dumbass. There we go. Like that. Right there. This large. This over here. View image. Like that. Print screen. There we go. Now. So now I got that. I can downsize that. Downsize this. Take this. Oops. Go like that. No. New from clipboard. Here we go. Now we're going to have some fun. So, these are the two images. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of, cut it down the middle. Okay. And then bring it over to here. Now we'll match up the stripes. Holy shit. That's almost matched up. Maybe a little bit less down this way. Damn. And you know what's funny? I'll bet you I could do this with the cliff edge there too.
Probably.
Okay, well, it's being compressed a little bit. You see that?
Yeah.
I got the stripe the same height, but it's actually shorter. So that would give us a little bit of mirage. Or not mirage, but just a little bit of refraction. because it's actually being compressed down. Because it's not even, there we go. Well, kind of, sort of it. Boy, yeah, there's a lot of refraction going on there. Well, anyway, something similar to this. Now, this right here, as you can see in the, as you can see over here, that's a door. So it's got to be at least 1.80 meters, 1.90, and that's not even showing.
Nope.
So I don't know what else to say about it. The yeah, it's beyond. Now here's another little trick here. Nah, the angle's not right to get the cliffs right.
Yeah, but what is it that we're not seeing on the cliffs on the left? All of the water stains on the right.
Yeah, all the darkness. All that crap down at the bottom, plus this is the walkway I was talking about. Now, you didn't see the walkway.
Yeah.
I would put your average human being at about that tall.
On the walkway, yeah. So
a little bit lower than the door, obviously, and about that tall.
You figure just a little bit more than double that to get down to the water line. Right-hand picture, and you're with about,
and then another human being on top of it before you even get up here to the water.
Mm-hmm.
So where is this not showing curvature?
Well, he's going to say it's the convergence line, but there's no convergence going on there.
Well, see, the joke about his convergence thought was he was trying to display convergence with the Leipzig 747.
Yeah.
See, he wasn't even using that one as an analog. Okay, we need to understand that part. He wasn't using that as an analog, like the bridge. Okay, the bridge was an analog for curvature. He was using that as actual convergence.
Oh, Jesus. Because
those were his words. He's like, he was basically mimicking PW's words by saying that, look at it starting to squish together and all this other stuff. So that was actually, he was showing a convergence per his definition. And that was not, how many miles did we say this was?
11.68.
Right. Now, I can pretty much guarantee you that from when the guy took that photograph or that video of the landing of that 747, he wasn't that far away.
No, he
maybe
was
about half that distance.
No, he wasn't even that far. The runway total length is like 2.5 miles.
No, I'm talking about the distance from the photographer.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, because I know where the photographer that was too.
Okay.
There's actually an access road around the airport that he was parked at.
Well, that makes sense.
But the total runway length is 2.5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge freaking runway. That middle of the runway is literally just past the halfway point.
Yeah, no, we saw that on the hangout.
So from that hump to the photographer's location is just at like 2 miles. If we're seeing all this convergence blockage at 2 miles, why aren't we seeing it at 11.68?
Exactly. And not only that, why would we be seeing anything beyond that 2 miles?
Yeah.
See, that was the other joke about that convergence and our eyes can only see so far and all this other thing part is you wouldn't see the plane.
Nope.
I mean, ever, because it would be too far away to see.
Well, this is like pinning an ant down with a semi-truck and then burning it with a magnifying glass.
And then pissing on it.
Yeah.
Hold on a second here. Let me I just want to peek over and see because I haven't had the chat open at all. And Anthony Liley, that's cool. Let me pause that.
Went over to the airport real quick so I had to get a decent distance where I think the photographer was.
Yeah, but so Well, I don't see Anthony in the chat.
Well, he's like I said. Somebody asked him in the chat if he was going to be in here, and I said, "Well, he's probably busy making videos, coming up with more bullshit."
Yeah, like the most recent.
I'm going to guesstimate the photographer for the airport video is 2.14 miles away.
You think?
I think so.
To that hilltop?
Yep, to the hilltop, not to the end of the airport, not to the end of the runway.
Yeah, because you could never really tell exactly how far away that plane was. But he couldn't have been any. Once he finally hit the ground, he couldn't be any farther than the last stretch of the airstrip.
From the hilltop, the plane would actually touch down at about 0.65 miles from the hilltop.
Shit. That's not far at all.
Well, no, that's why we can still see the top of the plane the entire time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh man. So I guess he didn't want to show up. I'm going to see this. This is the thing that I'm getting ready to look at now. You know, and I didn't take his challenge, dude. You didn't take my challenge, dumbass. Did you watch this yet?
No, I have not. I didn't know he uploaded it yet.
I see. I'm just tipping through it, and what do you call it? Oh, geez, we're getting into reflections here.
Oh no!
Hey, look, there's the hot spot.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, I'm guessing that. I mean, like I said, I'm just poking at this. I haven't watched it, and I don't know if I'm going to or not. But I'm betting that this light is actually sitting back there somewhere.
Yeah.
And yet, flat earthers would say that this is a hot spot. You know, that means that the sun's close. Now, if he wants to look, hey Anthony, if you're watching this and don't want to involve yourself in the chat, I understand. Now, let me hold on a second here. Let me get this out real quick. Where is it? YouTube videos. See, now I did a reflection video already. I did that a while back. A lot of people got mad about that one too. Where is it? Because it had to do with that the images from the dog cam video, and which they absolutely love, and they can't define it themselves. Wow, this was way back. I think this was it.
Just to address Alex Quant real quick, the tides would affect the outcome a little bit either way, high to low, but it's not that much over that distance.
Here. This was back in, hey, almost exactly a year ago. The whole thing about reflection on a plane would be, light would be reflected directly down with the center of where the horizon is. And then, however, on a sphere, go gadget PowerPoint. Hold on a second. This shows you where the reflection happens on a sphere, and that's what it does. Which, strangely enough, and then I even went 3D with it.
Oh, wow.
Somebody told me that I need to repost a lot of my older stuff because it never really got watched. That was when I had like 10 to 12 subscribers.
Because you're at what, almost 600 now?
Yeah, these were the orbits. I had a couple of things on here reflecting off of a sphere with an equivalent of 210 miles, 500 miles, 1,000 miles, blah, 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 to find out where the reflections would be versus having the light in the camera, you know?
Right.
And the camera at this point is at 210 miles. And then I think I played that one twice. Yeah, I played it out twice. And then I wanted to find out how far away across a plane you would actually have to be with the sun to find out where it was to get the same reflection that we got that they got on the dog cam video. First, I went back out to those globe lights. This is me just showing that globe light's like way across the way there.
Right.
And then that's where the reflection happens. Hold on. Go a little further. Yeah, this is where I went into to find out exactly how to get that reflection off a plane. So I did the 5,000 kilometer, 3,000 mile, and then where the sun would actually have to be to get a reflection that was that close to the horizon.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Now watch how far I had to go. I was actually a little bit shocked.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty freaking far.
Now watch. I actually extended a ruler off the end of the flat Earth map. Okay, this was about the reflection position versus the sun in the dog cam video.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just, without moving it any further, I went out here to find out how far away it was.
Jeez.
Over 20,000 kilometers beyond the edge. So much for light in the earth.
Well, we don't know if Anthony's watching this, but I definitely invite you to mirror this hangout on your channel because, you know, it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to show me how to do that shit.
You just download it from me and then re-upload it to your channel.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you have verbal consent to mirror the video.
Thanks, Shawn.
You're welcome, Fly.
All right. Well, anyway, I got to get off here because it's dinner time.
All right. Well,
thank you. I don't like to keep my lady waiting.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for doing the work that you do. And it was just a glory to see you reverse engineer from a video and finding out a very close location to what I was guessing at.
Yep, but like I said, I still leave it open to the possibility that he was on the side of that pier entrance. I mean, I leave it open to that possibility, but it's extremely doubtful because of the fact that there's no breaking waves or foam.
Right.
You know, the kind of spirals of foam that happen out. I lived next to a beach for a long time. And what do you call it? So no, he's out on that pier somewhere.
It just goes to show that no flat earthers can ever be honest.
Nope. Not even on easy stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Ross Adams guy is a flat earther, and he was actually asking legitimate questions on, you know, is it possible to see this lighthouse? And then Anthony took it the several steps further and just made up his own bullshit and said, well, we shouldn't be.
No.
So on that note, I'm going to close out the hangout. Thank you everybody for watching, and be sure to, if you're not already, shame on you, but you should be subscribed to Sly.
No, you should be subscribed to Shawn.
Well, if they are, they're already here. So
yeah, I hear you.
So I'm hoping that this will go on your channel. That way, I don't think Anthony's subscribed to my channel anymore. He keeps subscribing and unsubscribing. So,
well, I'd like to point out one thing. He said that he was open to the idea of having a hangout with me. I'm not open to having a hangout with somebody who openly lies. He was very deceptive about his discussions of the gyroscope experiment in the comment section on one of my videos, and then that whole debacle with the planes. If that's the level of research you're bringing, then don't waste my time, because I'm not even going to be interested in having that discussion.
Well, I figured that out about 20 minutes into the hangout with him is when I tried to ask him for the mathematical equation for perspective, and he says that math doesn't matter. That's actually going to feature in my video for him. I'm actually going to make like a production because of this whole theme song thing.
Math doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's actually something I wanted to talk to you about after your dinner off air.
All right, then we'll hook up a little bit later this evening then.
All right. I'll talk to you later, guys. And thank you for stopping by, and definitely like the video because this is just hilarious.
Nothing like having a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
All right, bud.